Wednesday. Welcome to Green and Gorgeous. Um, welcome. We are here to talk about this past week, the dumpster fire that it was, the dumpster fire that the rest of the season's going to be. And we have just a couple of things to talk about. Haley is not with us tonight. She is helping out at a friend's wedding, I believe. So it is just going to be Tori and I. If Tori decides to come back into the screen. Tori, are you there? No. Okay. There she
I
is.
can hear you now. I didn't even I don't even.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Tori, how's your week going? Tori, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's my headset. Are you there, Tori?
Do you cool. Cool.
Okay, Tori, are you there? Yeah, a little. What is your week looking like this week?
Actually,
Yeah.
it's not too bad. It's been really long but short.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's going okay. We decorated for Christmas today at the office, and oh goodness. All right, hold on one second. Second. And mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I'm not sure exactly what is going on, everybody, but it sounds like we're having technical difficulties. I am having a hard time hearing Tori. Let's see if this is anything better now. Tori, you there?
Am I here?
It's still staticky. Yeah. Let me see if it's my stuff. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me see if I can hear you now.
Is it me? Am I the problem?
I can hear you now. Yeah, finally can hear you.
Oh God. Okay. Well, this is fun. All right. Happy fucking Thursday. Uh,
Yep, sounds about right.
this has been a dumpster fire just as much as our last game was previously, which I told Emily was going to happen. She didn't want to believe me.
Nope. I
Thank
let.
you, Iowa Joe, for dealing with this. Helping us along the way. What are your thoughts coming away though from?
Honestly, I think like as the game kind of went on, I just kind of was like in a very like mellow state. I was just kind of like, you know what, like it
I
is
was in
what
a
it
very
is.
accepting yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is just who we are. Um, I do you feel like that game exposed a lot of our receivers?
Oh, yeah, 100% because they, obviously Jordan Love's passes were not on point. Um, they were off. He overthrew him, underthrew him. Like there was a
Mhm.
lot of excess movement that shouldn't have had to happen on our receivers end, but it did. And
A lot of
because
drop
of
balls
that,
still.
yeah, a lot of drop balls. I think it definitely exposed everything. And I've seen a lot of stuff about, obviously we've always talked about firing Joe Barry, our defensive coordinator, but is it time
Mhm.
for our, head coach to go? And we talked about it for the past like 3 or 4 times, like, hey, like maybe is it time for him to pass over the play calling? And it's still obviously not happening. So where do we go from here?
Yeah, I saw several plays that I feel like could have been first downs, long runs or passes, sorry, not runs, but or touchdowns, even potential touchdowns.
Yeah.
And it was either drop balls or maybe poor execution on the throw, like not leading players. Our offense is still doing the same stuff. Yeah, like nothing's changing and it's getting really frustrating. I would really love to have the O line that showed up on week one. That would have been
Yeah.
great. Our O line looked awesome. Like I probably could have thrown the ball in the NFL behind that O line, but
Hmm.
this, I don't trust some of the greatest quarterbacks behind. I feel like they're not getting enough
No.
time, but it's hard because I'm just like back and forth. I'm like, is it love? Is it receiving core? Is it coaching? Like, is it just a full whirlwind of chaos and a dumpster fire? Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's been interesting and it's okay. Like people still like they try to give me shit. I was like, I really don't. It's a game.
Mhm.
I love this team still. I will always love
Oh
this
yeah.
team. So nothing's gonna change. I'm not gonna start rooting for the Chiefs now. Like, no, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel exactly the same way. Like it's just kind of like you said, acceptance is a really good word for it because it's just kind of turned into one of those things where I'm like, you know what happens, happens. It's okay. Like it's
Yeah.
not ruining my week. I'm not letting it ruin my day. Like I basically, with it being a 12 o'clock game, we lost. I then just, you know, we had a pumpkin carving contest for work. And so went to Michael's, got some pumpkin stuff, decorated the pumpkin, and then just kind of honestly really didn't have a desire to watch football the rest of the day, which, is normal for me after a loss, but I just kind of, fell asleep obviously during the Bears game because I was just my dad was like,
I
Would you rather watch?
honestly, I think I only watched like a quarter of it. I was like, this is not worth my time.
No,
The Chiefs and Broncos is who we got after, and like even that game was so hard to watch.
boring.
Also, like even Jared said the same thing, and he's a Chiefs fan. Like
Hmm.
it was hard to watch. This was a not great week of football for the games that I got and watched at least. I don't know if you saw like the tweet about they're like Packers really need a win to save their playoff chances. And
Yes.
I tweeted, I was like, I understand how Jim Mora felt now because like I'm not thinking about playoffs. I want to fucking win a game. Like at this
Yeah.
point, like I'm
It
not even thinking about that.
it definitely feels like such a reminder of last year, except for I think last year's losses were so much harder because of the fact that we did have Rodgers
Yeah, we
and
had
we
better
kind of weren't.
expectations.
Yeah, we had more expectations. So when we would lose, it would just be like, Are you freaking kidding me? Versus this
Mhm.
year, it's
Well, I
just we're
also
beating
feel like
ourselves.
with Rodgers, though, we were still in a lot of games.
Yeah.
Like we still had the potential to come back, or the scores weren't as. honestly, luckily, our defense is actually doing decent
Mhm.
because we should be getting our asses handed to us week after
Oh, yeah.
week. Like they're keeping it semi low, as low as they can. Like you can't expect to have like 9 minutes for a time of possession for nearly a whole fucking game and then not expect your people to be tired.
Yeah, it's just it's not looking good, and I think the penalties too were just we had like more yards and penalties than
Mhm.
but they had more whatever the situation was, but it was just we were not moving the ball. We didn't get a first down, I think, until like the second quarter or late into the first, like, but the
Yeah.
penalties were just killing us. And
Yeah, they
it's
were
just this
terrible.
discipline, it's just illegal. Do we have an illegal man downfield this time, or was that last week? I can't remember.
That was this
But
week.
it was just one thing after another, and I was like, "Okay," like, like, just
Yeah.
kinda numb to the situation. So, one thing I wasn't numb to was the news of Mr. Rasul getting traded to the Bills. Do you understand why? Do you agree? What are
Dude,
your
it
thoughts and
caught me,
feelings?
like, so off guard. I
Mhm.
was at work, I believe, and, like, Jared texted me, he's like, "Douglas just got traded to the Bills." And I, like, immediately was like, "Wait, what?" Like, I had a patient, and I was like, "I give me a moment." And I
Mhm.
started, like, scrolling, and, like, people were sharing it with me and stuff too, and I was like, "Why?" Like,
Why?
for what? Like, a 3rd round
Mhm.
pick from the Bills?
Yeah.
Like, our 3rd round pick alone is gonna be better than their pick anyways, so, like, I don't understand. We're not getting much out of it, and, like, I've seen all the things about, like, now Micah Hyde and
Mhm.
Rasul on, like, the same field, and it's like, I loved Hyde too, I did.
Yes. I think the thing that's worse is also seeing, like, all of, like, Russell's like, how apparently he didn't know about it or the fact that he was
No, he was, like,
told.
literally he posted on, like, what, Snapchat or Instagram, him just, like,
Yeah,
vibing in his Green Bay gear, and then
because
I
he was
saw
going to,
something
like, an
about
event.
like, him and, like, Aaron Jones, like, crying together because like, both of
Yeah,
them didn't it was so unexpected.
and then all of our players, like, tweeting out sad stuff too. It's like, he was such a leader in the locker room, and for you to trade him, and I think the thing is
Like, why
like,
are we
for a
getting
3rd
rid
round
of
of
that?
pick, and the fact that he's probably like, "Well, they got rid of me for a 3rd round pick," like, that's all I'm worth to them. That
And
was
I and
pissing me
I
off in
I
itself.
feel bad for him too because, like, we took him off of practice squad. We made him a starter, and
Mhm.
or, well, he made himself a starter. He was
Yeah.
doing that well, but we gave him that opportunity, and so, like, I feel like he felt very loyal to us for that, and then we just, like, said, "Alright, bye, like, we're done with you."
Mhm. Yeah, it's I'm not happy with that, and it just kinda, like, begs the question, like, are we just basically giving up on the season?
Oh,
Is
yeah, and
that
I think we are.
like, are
I
we
I ju
tanking?
I just wanna see progress. That's all I wanna see, and I'm not seeing any of that.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's disappointing, I think is a good way to say it, like, it's just kind of,
Mhm.
yeah, it's it's upsetting, it's hard to see, and I don't obviously like, the whole tanking, let's do it to get a good draft pick. It's like, play your best, play your best. If you win some, you win some.
Yeah, no, if you're
But
not gonna if we I think we kind of know, like, we're not gonna win a lot this year, but
mhm,
use this as, like, real life practice then,
yeah.
because off-season games or, like, the preseason games aren't, like, really even, like, that competitive. So use
Mm-mm,
this as, like, this is what a starting lineup's gonna look like against a good or par team, or not even par. And so, like, use that and, like, try to build from it, please.
is there
And our
any other
schedule,
players?
like any what, sorry?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, is there any other players that you thought potentially could get traded after you saw that one, like after you saw the Russell one go through, or like anyone else you were worried about?
Not anyone that comes to mind. I will say I wouldn't be, like, entirely surprised if we tried to trade Bakhtiari. Um,
Can
I
there's
really I really love when he's, like, playing or something, but
Yeah, can they still trade, or was the deadline done?
the deadline's done.
Oh, okay, so then at
I'm
least
pretty
for
sure,
this
yeah.
season until probably after
Mhm.
that, I
I'm
presume.
pretty sure, yeah, the deadline was it might have been
Let me see.
today. It was this week, though, I'm pretty sure. Um, But I just wouldn't be surprised with the fact that he is a good player, but like we
Mhm.
know he is so injury prone and like it's costing us like money now.
Yeah. Yeah, to just
Every
sit there.
year after year after year. And so like would I love him on our team? Yes, I would love him on our team if he
Mhm.
played 75% of the games or more.
Well, I think what was really hard too is I don't know, I know we talked about like the wives and the girlfriends before, but they had their Halloween party on Monday night
I
and
saw.
seeing pictures of like everyone like dressed up and stuff like that. I didn't see Bakhtiari or his wife, Frankie, I believe is her name. Like I didn't see either of them there. So it's kind of like, like even Tyler Davis and his wife were, Sydney were there and he's on IR from the injury in the preseason. So it's like, if
Mhm.
he's there, why aren't they there? I know they have like a newborn, like she is still fairly young, but
Yeah.
I still think that that's something that I would attend. So I don't know if that's just kind of telling for the fact that he is done so. And I think it
Well,
was
I'm
really,
like I'm wondering if like players are almost like giving up.
yeah.
Not like completely, of course, but do you, they came in so excited. Like this year,
Hmm.
we were a young team. They're excited to prove some things, and they're seeing like it's getting like worse and worse, and it's not getting
Hmm.
better. And I'm sure people are getting very frustrated.
Hmm.
Um, and so like I wonder if like the locker room thing is starting to split up again, almost.
How it was last year. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. I think last year was or the beginning of this year, you're right. Like it was very cohesive. Everybody had Jordan Love's back. They're like, we're running with him. He's our man, QB1. And then I think I think you're right about starting to see some like separation and some splitting and the frustrations are
definitely.
coming out definitely because you do have high expectations. I mean, I think we had higher expectations than being 2-7 or two and
Yeah,
five,
like,
two and
they
five,
weren't
sorry.
high, but they were higher.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Jared, though, like, after and he watched our first podcast where we made our, like, predictions, and we were
Hmm.
all very saying, like, "Oh, I think we'll be close to 500," and I was like I think
Hmm.
I said, like, "We'll be just under," and he's like, "Why do you think you're gonna do that when you were just under 500 with Rodgers?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
think it's gonna be that good still?" And I was like, "Well, our schedule's easier, I feel like, but" I mean, it's a good point. I shouldn't
Hmm.
expect him to be Aaron Rodgers again. And I really didn't, but again, I was hoping for some wins.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Like I think, we could be doing worse than, we could be 0-7. Like we could not have won a single game. Like we could be, but it just kind of feels like a very Bears season,
I know, I'm like, is this what it feels like to be a Bears fan? Is this what it
This
feels like
sucks.
to like go almost a year without winning a game? And it's only been like,
It's a month.
like, yeah, but it feels like forever. Cause like, when's the last time I felt this?
Yeah, no, I mean last season, because I know last season when we played against the Cowboys, which is coming up on a year, that's exactly what happened is it had
It was
been
like, what,
5 games.
was it like a 5 game losing streak?
Yeah, 5-game losing streak, and so, I'm seeing them not this week when they play against the Rams, but next week we're traveling to Pittsburgh to watch them play, and I'm like, "Can we break it? Like, can we break it how, my dad and I did last year when we went to Lambeau?" I hope so, because obviously I
It'd be
don't wanna travel
nice.
all the way up there and then watch us lose, but, it is what it is. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna, tour around Pittsburgh for, a day and a half,
Yeah,
but
it'll be
it's
good
just
regardless.
it's hard, and I know, like, we talked about this before, like, we've been very spoiled, having a great team, having great quarterbacks, and I still believe in Love, and I don't think that any other putting another quarterback in this situation would do any better. Like, I think the situation around Love needs to
No, I
improve.
don't really think, like, starting the backup would make it better. I really don't,
No.
because I
Yeah.
think the problem is, like, again, multiple parties.
Receivers,
Yes,
coaching,
it's multiple
offensive
things.
line.
So I
Yeah.
don't think starting our backup would really actually make that much sense.
Mhm.
Um, but I I don't know. I'm down to try something new, so
Yeah.
if we're getting beat really bad by, like, any team, throw him in. I wanna see him for a
Yeah.
quarter, and maybe
Yeah,
he'll wow
exactly.
us and change something, I don't know. Maybe he'll light a fire under fucking Jordan Love's ass. I
Mhm.
don't know. Maybe it's
Just
time to start
something.
giving different people in all positions tries, I don't know.
Yeah, I think, having Adams, Jordy Nelson, all of these like star wide receivers, tight ends for the past couple of years, they don't make a they don't make the catch, and you're kind of just like,
Yeah,
what is going on? Like, what, how did they not catch that? And then watching these players this year, like, I have to keep reminding myself, like, they're either rookies or some of them have been
they're
playing for
young.
only 3 seasons, if that. Like, Christian Watson, this is his second one. Um, Romeo Dobbs, Jaron Reed is his first one. So, like, different ones have only been there for, less than the 3 years. And so there's a lot
Yeah,
more like leeway being like, okay, like I understand like why they didn't catch it. They still should be making the catch, but it's okay if it doesn't happen versus that. So I think my mindset on that has also changed to be like, okay, like, what are we doing? And it's just kind of it's hard to watch, but also at the same time, like I'm yelling from my couch. So, you know,
yeah. Like, I mean, what can I actually do? If you throw
yeah.
me in, things will only get worse. Like,
Yeah, no,
like
exactly.
what can I physically do? I can't do anything. I can just like sit here. And you know what actually really kills me is when I hear our fans booing at home.
Yes.
I hate it. I'm like, I really want us to be better fans than that. Like
Yeah.
I know we're spoiled. I know we're frustrated, but I think it's so embarrassing
Oh, yeah.
to like boo your own team at home.
Yeah. No,
So I would really love if we stopped that. I feel bad because, like, obviously, all these people are also frustrated. Everyone else is also upset. We are all well aware of the situation we're in, and that's not great.
mhm.
Dudes, like they're gonna get pissed off at themselves and probably get in their head and play worse. I know what it's like to like
Mhm.
make a bad play and feel like you're potentially costing the team like a win. It's terrible. And like having people just like your own fans rail in your head, hey, you guys are sucking. It's like, no shit. Like,
Yeah, we
obviously we
know.
are.
We're very aware we're yeah, I think the whole situation is just messed up, like, you're right, like, I think they're frustrated, the fans are frustrated, the coaching are frustrated, just doing the whole thing over and over again and just not seeing any results. I think the whole thing is just it's they've gotta clean it up, they've gotta clean it up,
Yeah,
they've gotta clear it up, they've gotta figure out something to, somehow to make this work, even like you said, like, playoff hopes, minimum, nothing, not
not
there,
even there
just
for me
get through
personally, but
yeah, get through the
like I
next
said, I
game.
think we're winning 4 more games this season. That's it.
Well, and if we do, that's fine. Like, like I said, like it's okay. It's okay. Just want them to play better.
I mean,
I
if
think
we
that
win 4 more games this year, that's double than what we that's more than double what we have right now. So
yeah,
it would be some form of progress, right? But like those ones are coming from really shitty teams that I'm guessing. So
yeah. And I'm okay with that.
anyways, how about we look forward to next game? Can we look forward to next game?
Rams, yes.
Rams noon. What
How
are
you
you
feeling?
thinking? I
um,
already told you I think we're taking an L. I really do.
mhm.
Um I'm trying to think about like how their like passing defense is like graded overall, because I think that's going to be one of the bigger issues. I will say, like from last game, I think like Nixon was doing some good things. You know what
Mhm.
I do think? I told someone this. I think our special teams has improved.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, you know what? I actually think our special teams is not terrible anymore.
yeah. I mean,
So that's nice. I mean, Carlson's been getting a little questionable on some kicks, which is funny because so is his
mhm.
brother.
Mm,
Really awkward. But I think he is young enough too to learn from his mistakes and like realize what he needs to do to get out of a slump. I'm hoping um to make me more confident in some of those kicks. Because like that first one we got lucky that he
yeah.
missed. Like we got lucky.
And then for them to jump off sides or whatever it was and then move us up 5 yards. And I'm like, it would
Hmm.
be the most Packer thing right now for him to miss again. Like that would be the
Yeah.
most like Packer thing ever.
Actually, that would be the most Viking thing.
Yeah.
Which was funny because we were playing them.
Yeah.
So
I and
because
I
we're
know
not used to missed kicks.
No, and I know that they were saying a couple weeks ago that Mason Crosby was trying out for the Rams or
I
something like that,
did.
but I don't
I
think
saw
anything ever
something.
came from it.
Oh, what if they like bring him out for this game just to fucking stab us, like in the
Right?
hearts? Like
Yeah, no,
just
absolutely.
specifically this game.
He signs a contract on like tomorrow, oh, Crosby signs a contract, it just like really, really,
I
really.
That would hurt me so bad.
Oh yeah.
That would hurt
His
me more than Douglas. That would hurt me more than Rogers. Like that would
like
hurt.
anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
please just stay where, stop where you are. Like you did very
what
well.
is the Rams record? Let's see
Mm,
what their record is right
yeah.
now. They are I don't even know. I'm not good on Google.
Oh, on Google. Just go to the app. Love the good old NFL app. I miss free phone football,
Ooh, what was that?
first of all. Dude, don't you remember like all the commercials they used to have for like free phone football? And so like you go on the NFL app and like watch the game, but it's like you could only watch the games that were shown in your area for free on your phone.
Oh, okay.
And
Hmm.
you can't do it anymore. Like I think you
They
have to
take
like
away
actually
everything.
pay for it.
Oh, yeah, they take away everything that's free. We can't have anything free anymore.
No, we can't be happy, God forbid. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope we win. I hope that we can get something together, put some things together. I hope that they don't just come out defeated, like defeated, and
Deflated,
just kind
deflated.
of
They're 3-5, by the way. Um,
okay. So kind of in the same boat as us.
yeah, they're similar, but those games that they have played, I think, are better than ours. Like they lost to the Cowboys, they lost to Pittsburgh, and then they lost to the Eagles,
Okay.
Bengals, and San Francisco. So the teams that they have been
Yeah.
playing, much better than
Mhm.
teams we've been playing. Their wins
Yeah.
are against Seattle, the Colts, and the Cardinals.
Okay, so that's not saying too much. Great. Okay.
No, it's really not. Like I think we're still going to lose by like 17.
Gotcha. Okay. And it's at home, right? It's
It's
at
at home.
home.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully they can put something together and play a little bit better football than what they have been playing. It will be interesting because I really haven't watched the Rams at all this year, so I think it's
I
gonna
have
pick
never
up
really been super like intimidated by the Rams. Like even the year they won like the Super
the
Bowl,
Super Bowl. Yeah.
I was not like ever super intimidated by them. So I hope that, I mean, I was actually at the Rams game last year. I remember it was a Monday night game. It was really fun. And that was like one of our first games that we actually looked decent. I believe that was when Nixon actually ran a touchdown back, right?
I know he did for the Vikings.
Maybe it was
Um,
just a big run. I can't remember if he actually had a touchdown or not. It was like a year ago. So, but I mean,
mhm.
maybe we'll come out and find,
Yeah.
a little hole in what they have. That's all we can hope.
Yeah. Did they win last year whenever you guys were there?
We did, yes. We did.
Okay.
And like we actually like won like well. Like we played
Well,
very
okay.
good football.
I want to say it's been a really long time since the Rams beat us because I know whenever we played them in the playoffs before we lost to San Francisco like 2, 3 years ago, I think we played against the Rams, and then I think we played against San Francisco if I can remember right. So it's been a little bit, but we'll see. This is a brand new year, basically brand new team, and we'll
Yeah, very
we'll have to
much
see.
so.
Yeah. In other awesome sports news, it was really fun last night watching the Texas Rangers win the World Series as a local DFW girly. I was
Oh
very
yeah,
happy.
I was cheering. I didn't actually care.
Yeah,
Ones are out, like, I really don't for baseball. Ones are out, don't care. And then the Astros got eliminated. It was like even better, don't
yeah,
care.
yeah. I mean, like it's definitely like it's been a really long time. Like obviously we went through a lot of struggles, like 2010, 2011. Losing back-to-back World Series, and so there's just been kind of a
Oh,
drought
you
since
guys got to
then. And
World Series? That's cute. That's nice. What's it like? Literally never been alive for one
heartbreak.
that we've been
Yeah,
in.
it
We won
was.
the World
It
Series
was
in 1991. and then we didn't win a playoff game since 2004. So tell me what it's like.
Honestly, like last night was just like it was awesome. It was incredible. My brother was behind, I guess, because they watched the like YouTube TV or something like that. So they were behind. So I kept FaceTiming him and he'd be like, no, stop, like, you're ahead of us. I'd be like, okay. And then as soon as we won, I FaceTimed him again and he immediately hung up on me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then like 2 seconds later, his wife was calling me as a FaceTime and she just pans over to my brother and he is just bawling his eyes out, like he is just crying. And I was like, I had told my mom, I was like, I was like, get your shoes on, I got my keys ready. I was like, as soon as we went, we're heading to the store so we can get t-shirts. And so
Yeah,
that's exactly what we did. I headed up to Rally House last night and grabbed a bunch of t-shirts for my coworkers. And tomorrow they're doing a parade. And so I actually get to get off work early tomorrow if I
that's
want to attend
cool.
the parade, but there's supposed to be 500,000 people there. So I am staying really far away from that part of Arlington. So,
Ew.
yeah.
Um, yeah, no, Iowa Joe did bring up a really good point over here. We are
Mm,
playing against, because I believe what, I believe. So
could be
that'll be
interesting.
actually kind of cool. We'll hopefully like light a fire under LaFleur's ass, like our LaFleur, because like I know for me, I I would want nothing more than to beat my sister in anything I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and my sister are insanely competitive. And so like I'm hoping like maybe that'll spark something, be like, I cannot lose to my brother. Like I cannot freaking lose to this guy.
Yeah, like that will not go well over Thanksgiving and Christmas
And
dinner.
then like I
Not.
feel like also maybe that could help as in like he really knows how he is as a coach because he grew up
Mm-hmm.
like with him his whole life. So that would be maybe
Best
that'll
case
be a
scenario.
little yeah, maybe that's our like one little glimpse of shining light.
Mm-hmm. A small sliver of hope for sure.
Small, small sliver of hope. But
Uh,
it is always cool. I like seeing like the brothers when they face off.
I like it when the family members do, because like whenever the Carson brothers played against each other, like that was a
No,
lot of
yeah, like I
fun.
love it. Yeah, I loved it when the Carlson
Yeah.
brothers were doing it. I loved it when the Kelsey brothers did it in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it when the Harbaugh brothers coached against each other in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so hard, one, to get to that level, whether it be
Yeah.
coaching or like playing. And then for like your sibling or someone to come up with you as well and make it like that's so exciting. I feel like for the
Oh yeah.
family as a whole. And then you get to
Yeah.
actually play against each other. Like I feel like that whole game's just like all fun.
Oh, no, 100%, especially like when the family's there. And you're right, like it is so hard to get to that level of coaching, playing, insert whatever. But you're right, to have your family there, you know, just awesome. I played against my brother in fantasy football like 2 weekends ago, and I was insanely competitive with that. I ended up winning, but I was like you're going down,
Yeah.
and that's just in fantasy football compared to like actual football. So,
Yes. No, like we do a work fantasy league and like last week my boss is the owner of our company and then his brother is a physical therapist also that runs our other office and
mhm.
he was playing a guy and the guy that he was playing has not changed his lineup like the entire season. Already a pet peeve, first of all.
Uh-huh.
And he had a quarterback missing and he had a running back missing.
Oh
And so, because
no.
they were on bye. And so my boss literally texted that worker and was like, I need you to pick up a quarterback and someone else because I cannot have Warren win this game. Like, I cannot.
Oh,
Because
that's too
he's just like
funny.
so good. He's like, I do not care who wins our fantasy football league. It just can't be him.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's just a
100%.
sibling thing for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun watching or like playing against, siblings and that, but I totally get that. That's how I was. So, well, I think we are going to call it a night over here at Green and Gorgeous. It has been a fun dumpster fire sharing the last 35 minutes with Tori and you all.
I'm so hungry. I have
Yeah.
not eaten much today. So I need to go eat.
So we will go ahead and see you guys next week, hopefully after a Packers W. If not, I have a feeling next week might be a drinking episode. So stay tuned.
I'll drink. I
We
got a bottle of wine in the fridge right now chilling. So
on chillin'. So we will see you guys next week. Make sure to subscribe to Game On Wisconsin and follow us on social media at Green and Gorgeous. See you guys next week.